Hey, do you want to learn a secret I have been practicing to get rid of old thought patterns, habits, behaviors, worries, anxieties? It's really amazing, and I'm about to tell you how I'm doing it, and you can too. Welcome to Boss Up Goddess. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, and I help you live bigger, better, and bolder when I interview my amazing guests and sometimes go solo to share insights about how to be your most powerful you. So, we all have different thought patterns, worries, fears, guilt, regrets, guilt, all kinds of things that can just dance around in our head, clog our thinking, and block us from living our truest, greatest potential. I got real tired of that, and that motivated me to do the show and my upcoming book, Goddess B1: How to Live Bigger, Better, and Bolder. And so I have been practicing some things that are really helping. And most recently, I released this like heavy load of burdensome thoughts and behaviors. And I did it during the new moon, and I stood on a mountaintop and I declared that I am releasing these things. I literally spoke it into the wind. And when I came down from the mountain and got back at my desk in normal time, I felt a lightness of being. I felt this clarity. I felt that those things had been removed. And so it feels magical, like miraculous. Like it's like when you clean a closet out and then it's like this empty space. That's what it feels like, lightness. It's amazing. So here's the thing. The moon cycles are really powerful. A new moon is an excellent time to start new things. It's a new cycle with all kinds of energy. And if you don't believe that, think about how the moon influences the tides of the ocean. So the moon influences humans as well. And our human tides of emotion are really powerful, and we have more power to control them than we think. So when you harness the energy of the new moon and the full moon, and we just are still in the full moon energy of Scorpio from this week, you can really make some magical shifts happen in your mindset and as a result in your life. And so at the new moon, I made this declaration to the universe, and I believed it with all my heart and soul that it would work. And I stepped off that mountain and left some stuff there. It blew into the wind and was gone from me. It's really remarkable. And so, up until that point, I had harnessed the moon energy by writing out what I no longer desired and released it under the light of the full moon, even through an open window or outside, or just outside. Declaring it is powerful unto itself, but just having the practice of harnessing the moon cycle energy can really, really help you um, propel into a state of mind and living that's bigger and better than what you had before. So there's a couple ways you can do it. You can go outside and declare it. You can write it and then rip it up or burn it or bury it, whatever method you resonates with you. Obviously, if you're burning a piece of paper, doing it in a safe spot like a fire pit or a fireplace is the best way to do it. Um, but first, before you can either declare it to nature or the sky or whatever you're going to do, or write it, you have to think about it. It takes some introspection to determine what thought patterns, what behaviors, what beliefs or stories do I need to release? What inner critic negative self talk do I need to silence? What pessimistic thought patterns do I need to release? What failures of the past that might be blocking my courage to take risks for the future do I need to release? So I wrote out all the things I wanted to release. I literally took a piece of paper, really into writing on paper these days. I just have all this notebooks and stuff. I really love writing on paper because like seeing it. I like the feeling of the pen on the. So anyway, I wrote. I took a piece of paper and I drew a line in the center of the page, and I wrote in the past on the left what I'm releasing, what I'm leaving behind, and then on the right I wrote what I'm stepping into, what I'm claiming, what I'm declaring and commanding. And so first you have to release, but first you have to identify what you want to release. So just get still, get silent, meditate, go within, do whatever your practice is to really go into and hear your divine voice within speak loud and clear. And then write out what are the things that are holding you back. It could also be associations with individuals. It can be a work pattern. It can be the type of work you're doing. It can be situations that you get ensnarled in too many times and you're like, nope, I'm done with that. It can be your health habits, whether you're eating healthy or not, or drinking, smoking, doing something indulgently that is holding you back. And or not having a certain practice, like not exercising, not meditating, not eating healthy, whatever it is. So make a list as you're meditating, praying, contemplating what things might be holding you back that you can release. There is a whole new amazing powerful energy in 2021. Yes, there's a lot of scary stuff going on, but this is also in this tremendous energy shift in the universe, time for you to reinvent yourself, go within. Where I live, the COVID numbers are still super high, so I'm staying home and staying safe. And that gives lots of time for reflection. So it's in the midst of this sort of crucible of the world where these things are happening. This is where we need to figure things out. So when the pandemic is over, just like after the Spanish flu pandemic, they had the roaring 20s and everybody's ready to party, have a good time. We're going to do the same. The roaring 2020s await. Who will you be when you step out into that? Now, as a book coach, I'm always telling people, write your book now, and lots of people have and are. So when the pandemic is over, you are a published author and you step out into the world just rocking it as an author and all the doors that can open on so many levels. And so writing a book is an example of doing something amazing right now. But guess what? In order to make a major accomplishment such as writing a book, you have to remove some clutter, some stuff from your head, from your life. And this, harnessing the full moon, this week is the Scorpio full moon, and it's called the pink moon, and it's a super moon. So Scorpio is a super sexy sign. It's really powerful. It's all about really empowering energy and like just electrifying yourself with this ambition and enthusiasm, excitement, electrifying, empowerment, determination. Just give me a whole thesaurus of good words about empowerment, and that's it. I feel that right now for you. So embrace that. But look at what you have to release to be all of that. Now, a lot of times fear is there, and making changes, dramatic changes in yourself, releasing stuff can be scary because whether it was good or bad, that thing that we might be releasing was serving a purpose. So if we have a certain fear about embarking on our dream entrepreneurial endeavor, so we never do it because we're too scared of the risk, that fear is serving a purpose. It's allegedly protecting us. That fear is there to allegedly protect us. it's not protecting us. We're just fine. We have to recognize that the fear is trying to protect us from failure, rejection, criticism, consequences, whatever it might be. But guess what? That word consequences is a driving force in my life. The fear of the consequences of not making the change, not standing on the mountain or writing a journal entry and releasing certain thoughts, behaviors, mindsets, situations, people, relationships, jobs, whatever it is for you, the consequence of staying stuck in that situation or mindset far outweighs the risk and the unknown. Because if you stay stuck, you know what the result is going to be. You just stay mad, miserable, and stuck. And if the pandemic has taught us anything, unfortunately, it's that life is very unpredictable and it's precious, and many people, more than 500,000 people, are no longer with us in the United States alone. And so the time is now to live those dreams, to be your best you, to live bigger, better, and bolder. The whole mission of Boss Up Goddess is to wake up and say, no, I'm not going to be her anymore. Her meaning the disempowered small self who doesn't speak up, who doesn't speak out, who doesn't do what she wants. The whole mission of this show is to help you be the goddess that you were meant to be in mind, body, and spirit, living a powerful, influential life that helps you feel fulfilled and enables you to be a positive influence on people everywhere. That's the whole mission. So now's the time. Seize that energy. Seize this powerful transformational energy and say, I am going to shift into my bigger, better me. And you start by getting quiet, identifying what it is that you need to release, writing it down, then either burning it, ripping it out, destroying it, and that's symbolically destroying those things. Or, like me, you can go out in nature and just declare it. Declare, I am releasing this, let it blow away in the wind. And it did. It's so powerful. It's free. You can do it alone. You can do it on your own schedule, but you have to do it to get the great results. And then if the things start to creep back in, you can just ask for help. Amazingly, since that occurred, some of the things that I was sort of fretting over and worrying about, I will receive a phone call suddenly that provides me a solution that I hadn't thought about. I'll get an email out of the blue. I'll be in a Zoom meeting and somebody will mention something that's like the answer to my dilemma. It's remarkable. But what it starts with is a mind shift. The way to live bigger, better, and bolder and to boss up goddess is to have a mind shift. But in order to have a mind shift, you have to become aware of what you're in that you need to shift out of. It's really awesome. This is a full-time job to reinvent oneself, to evaluate oneself, to do the discovery, to do the recreation, to do the writing of a new script of who am I and what do I want. It's a full-time job because we're constantly learning, growing, doing, being, failing, winning, doing all kinds of stuff. And the trick is to keep rising up, ascend into that person you want to be. So please take some time right now, tomorrow, get still, get quiet, think about what's holding you back. Write it down. You can write more about it, like expand on, how it's holding you back, why it's there, where it came from, what purpose is it serving, and then be determined to release it. Vow to yourself that you're willing to do the work to release whatever might be holding you back. Then do it. Burn that piece of paper, go out in nature, declare, I am hereby releasing XYZ things, situations, people, relationships, whatever it might be. And you can do it in a spirit of grace and gratitude, meaning the situation, the job, the person. Be grateful for the lessons learned from that situation, that experience, that relationship. Be grateful for the happy times, the good moments. Be grateful that you had the opportunity to experience that now added to your repertoire of wisdom for the lessons learned. And then, in that spirit of grace and gratitude, release it. Release it and know that all the power of heaven is hearing you and helping you. But the magic lies in the action of actually doing it, making a conscious effort to do this. And so I'm here to tell you it works. I also want to tell you that, the average American gained 12 pounds during the pandemic. And I was feeling not as great as normal. And I decided also in that moment to release whatever I was doing that was not making me feel my optimum self physically. And guess what? Really fast results. I was just feeling bloated and like heavy. And I just made up my mind. And within a few days, it's like I just transformed back to feeling my normal self. And that was awesome. But again, it was a mind shift. And so please, you can feel so much better when you just it doesn't take much time at all. It takes a few minutes. It does take a commitment, a deep commitment and a deep desire to change. A deep desire to change because unfortunately, the familiarity of our angst can serve as a comfort zone because it's familiar. Whereas when we make a change, it's unfamiliar, it's unknown how people are going to react to us, what could possibly happen. But again, that word consequences of just staying as things are, being mad, miserable, not worth it. Of course, whatever decisions you make sure you do it in a way that's safe, especially if there might be ramifications with people or financial ramifications, or if it's a job or a relationship, make sure you're safe and you've got some kind of safety net there. But decide to make the change, and that change begins in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit. And when you make the change and you declare it to the universe and you commit to it, I'm telling you, magic is going to start happening for you. Doesn't mean life is perfect. Doesn't mean there's no problems or challenges. It means you've shifted into a more empowered state of you. And that is the mission of Boss Up Goddess. That is the mission of Elizabeth Ann Atkins, to share the things that I've learned over the years to help me be my most empowered self, living bigger, better, and bolder every day, and sharing it with you. So I hope, please do this brief, powerful exercise of reflecting and releasing and stepping into your biggest, boldest, baddest self. Please do subscribe to the channel and click like. The thumbs up button would be awesome. And when you subscribe to the channel, it really helps us. It lets more people see all the powerful, positive programming that we're offering here, please follow me on Twitter at Elizabeth Atkins. And remember, boss up, goddess. You have the power.